Introducing our next color analysis case study series client. In this video, we're gonna go through step 1 of color analysis together, which is deciding whether she leans cool or warm. Please comment below with what you think she may lean. And in the next video, I'll share the answer and we'll move on to deciding whether her home season is winter, summer, spring, or autumn. Why am I doing this series? Because I'm trying to show you that color analysis, first off, in a structured accredited system is not subjective. There is a right and wrong, and in the past case study series videos, you will see that in the comments, everybody's like, oh yes, I see it now, and there's no argument in the comments about who's right or wrong in a structured process. We all come to the same conclusion. And so I've made it my mission to train color analysis eyes out there because I'm finding untrained people are jumping into the color analysis playing field and presenting content outside of a structured system based on subjective checks of their own making. And of course, then, in a subjective system, there would be different answers and arguments in the comments, which then leads to confusion out there about color analysis, which I believe happened in the 80s as color analysis fizzled out. In a structured system with defined steps and what colors to use at each step, there's no argument about who's right or wrong. It becomes obvious what the answer is. So I've made it my mission to help you spot content out there that you might go, is that correct? And you could also go to my Be Colorwise checklists in my Instagram highlights to see questions to review when you're reviewing color analysis content out there, and even before engaging with a color analysis service or professional to help guide you to people who use structured processes, to people with credentials. Here is another look at our latest case study series client. Throughout this series, you'll notice that I have chosen to cover her natural hair color. And the reasoning is, as I have found in my work with clients, that people have a tendency to want to match what they're wearing with their current chosen hair color, which is not really color analysis. That's just looking at surface level things. And so with somebody who has chosen to go naturally gray, I cover their hair because sometimes they automatically think they might lean cool because they're matching to their current chosen hair color, and that wouldn't be correct for color analysis. And when I say that, I mean the surface level coloring of their current chosen hair color. Color analysis looks past surface coloring. The other day, I posted on my Instagram and TikTok the celeb collages and gave a bit of homework to look up childhood right through to adulthood photos to see skin and hair coloring development over time for each color analysis palette. So if you did that homework, this may help seeing a picture of this case study client at age 17 with her natural coloring. Looking at natural coloring of skin feature development over time, and natural hair color can be helpful in color analysis. Well, it definitely is helpful to ensure the process is objective, meaning the color comparison result that you come up with actually aligns with their natural coloring over time. I'm just gonna look down at my notes just to keep me on track for this one. So looking at this picture, what can easily be ruled out? True winter, bright, cool, deep. And when I say those flow palettes, and I'll use bright as an example, I'm saying bright spring, bright winter, true bright. because you can easily rule out winter looking at this. The next palettes that can be easily ruled out are light. And so that's 5 out of 10 high-level palettes that could be easily ruled out. And again, I use a 23 season system, but it's grouped into 10 categories. So what is left as potentials in looking at this picture? So unlikely, but I wouldn't rule it out by looking at this picture, are true summer and muted. So I don't look at this picture and get obvious summer vibe. And so like if you went through this celeb collage of people over time, like you don't get an easy vibe of like rose and soft qualities of the complexion here. Somebody who's muted would typically have even a darker and more neutral range hair color. And I get lighting in this picture isn't optimal, but you can look past some of that. This is about underlying coloring. So what are left as strong potentials? True autumn, warm, and true spring. When I say the warm palette, again, I'll just repeat, I'm talking about the branches off those flows too. So I'm talking about true warm, warm autumn, warm spring. Here's a repeat of the 7 primary color analysis checks that I do, and you can go back to my videos where I'm demoing each of these checks if you missed those. 5 or more very specific colors are tested at each step, and I only, in the interest of time, share with you what I believe are the easier color comparisons. So here's a look at cool versus warm. Pause this video if you want to take a little bit longer. Here is cool versus warm. Those were the virtual formats. Here's a look at the in-person formats. It's the exact same checks for each. Focus your eyes on each of the 7 checks individually. And here's a look at the other in-person set. Might be lighting variation or body shifts in the in-person pictures. They are not identical because in-person color analysis, body shift, lighting shift, so you have to keep your eye focused on the actual color analysis checks, looking past any body shifts and lighting adjustments. Comment below again on what you think she leans, cool or warm, and stay tuned for my next video where I will share the answer and we'll move on to the step 2 of color analysis. I hope you will join me in thanking this latest case study series client in participating in the series.